Today I'm unboxing a Thermomix. It's brand new. I'm going to take it out piece by piece and show you how it all fits together so that you can avoid reading the instruction manual. Who likes instruction manuals? Let's see what's inside. This is the heavy one. Instructions. Just unboxed a Thermomix. Here are all the different pieces. If you haven't been to my channel before, I'm Jillian and I will show you all things Thermomix. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. It helps my channel. Let's see what the Thermomix is all about today. So everything is now out of the box and I'm gonna walk you through each of the different pieces so that you know what they do. This is the base with this beautiful screen. You'll send your recipes from the Cookie Do app, which you'll download on your phone, and they'll go right onto the machine. And this is where you're gonna get all your directions. This is where the motor is and the heaviest piece. And as you can see, it doesn't really take up too much space on your counter, which is really nice. Then you have the bowl, and the bowl has three parts. So there's this plastic outer part, the inner metal bowl, and then you've got your blade. And to take those apart, this little dial shifts over to the side. The bowl comes out, and so does the blade. You can wash this part separately without having to wash the outside of the container. The outer container is actually a feature of the new TM7 Thermomix, and it's really nice because in the older styles, the metal bowl was exposed, so it was a danger in terms of like you could touch it when it was running and very hot. So this is a really great feature of the TM7. Here's the blade. It's a heavy duty blade. To put it back together, you just fit that back in there, and then the little arrow on the bowl lines up with the handle. You slide it in and then slide the little thingamajigger back. Oh, gotta make sure that the blade's all the way pushed down there. Then when you slide it, it's firm, it'll lock into place and it's all together again. And then this just sits right on top of the motor, and you line up the front of the handle with the front of the machine. Then you have the lid. The lid also is handily designed so that you can put this little tab lined up right with the handle. That's gonna make sure that it locks into place. And then this is the little topper for a recipe that doesn't need any of these accessories. You just put the topper right on it and it will stay there so that your food doesn't come shooting out of this little hole on the top. Or if you're using the Valroma and the steamer, this is called the Valroma and it's a deep steaming basket. You can use it for potatoes or vegetables, anything that needs to steam. And this can sit right on top of the lid once you remove the cap. And then you have this more shallow steamer with more holes inside of it. And this can stack right on top of the Valroma. And then this is your cover. So you can actually make things like a whole meal just with these components or with just the base. And then this is the rice basket, or I think they just call it a simmering basket that comes with it. And this sits right inside of the bowl. And it just locks right into place. And then you would just cover the entire bowl with the lid as before, and then either put the stopper on, or if you're using the steamers, those would just go right on top. And the simmering basket is awesome because it cooks rice beautifully. I was really suspicious of how it was going to turn out, if it was going to be kind of gummy or just not great rice, and it works beautifully. And this spatula that comes with the Thermomix is the perfect size for scraping down the sides of the Thermomix, which is a common instruction in a lot of the videos, a lot of the recipes. But it also has this special little notch on it so that you can slide it into the simmering basket and pull back to lift out your simmering basket so that you don't burn your fingers. So that's kind of a handy little feature. You can make a sauce in the bottom of the Thermomix, cook your rice on top, then steam your veggies and protein, whatever you want, on top. And so you've got 3 parts to a meal all done in the one machine. It's pretty cool. And this is another feature that comes with it. This is called the butterfly whisk. And this is great for making whipped cream or egg whites. So a lot of baking recipes, you whip the egg whites separate from the yolk so that you can make your batter really nice and fluffy and fold in the egg whites after. And this just sits right on top of the blade if you're wondering how it fits in. At first when I saw it, I thought it just went down in the bottom, but it actually fits right over the blade like that. And you may be wondering, well, what if I don't want to chop the food and I just want to whip with the butterfly whisk? Well, one of the settings on here that comes already built into the recipe is that the blade can spin in reverse. The blade can be used to stir as well as to chop. So when you're using the butterfly whisk, the blade is going in reverse, so you're not adding any cutting to whatever you're doing. There you have it. Those are all the different parts to the Thermomix, and it's really fun to turn it on for the first time and see that bright screen that we all love so much light up.